Well, I made it. Stats are done at 30.9 minutes. It's 2.9 miles. I thought it was a lot longer than that. I said forever that it was 5 miles is what I was judging, but I did not count on the tracks being as tough as they are. That took a lot out of me. It was full of leaves, gravel's piled up, and hop and skip between the ties, just about like they didn't have gravel on them. So that hard to keep a pace. You're just kind of hopping and skipping and dodging and, constantly watching where I'm going. There's no staring off in the distance, admiring the sunrise like Forrest Gump. You just have to make sure you don't end up laying on the tracks with a broke leg. But I was, and something else I didn't count on, the fanny pack, which I'll not wear one probably anymore, but couldn't put it behind me because I kind of lean forward when I'm running, so it bounced immediately to the front. And when it go to the front, my phone was basically tapping me in the nuts every other step. So that was not going to be sustainable. So I ended up swinging it behind me and then using the tie on my shorts to tie the buckle in the front so it wouldn't swing back around, so it stayed behind me. But if you're a guy just and planning on wearing a fanny pack, just know that beforehand that's a possibility. You might want to address that before you go out instead of just seeing what happens like I did. But that's it. I didn't know that I was going to be able to make that, and I always wondered what the distance was, and so now I know. And that it just took 3 miles to get me down from a fat little thing that couldn't even do 3 push-ups to 135-pound guy that could just basically go all day. Then I didn't do any kind of weight training, so I didn't. That's a big difference. I don't. Tomorrow's leg day. I didn't have leg days then. I just every other day I would do that run, and that's all it took. I didn't even watch my diet. I think a lot of times, I was still living at home, I'd do that run and there'd be gravy and biscuits waiting on me when I got back home. I'd, rest a little bit and then eat that. So, or whatever was, whatever was being cooked. And, I bet like a Saturday morning or something, but I would do that even when I worked at golf course. I had to be at that golf course basically at daylight. They would pick a time, just right at daylight, and up in Knoxville. So I would do this run in the dark. I'd set my clock like an hour before I had to be there, so I would do my run before going into, work on a golf course. And I would run that winter time and heat of the summer. Most of the time I'd try to do it before daylight, but what I have noticed is how running and stuff like that really adapts you to the elements, the weather, I guess you would say, outside. Like this heat that has been killing me this summer since I've started running, and some days I would be running in it. It's not, the rest of the day, it really doesn't bother me that much. It's not like I say I don't get hot, but I don't feel like I'm going to stroke out like I was, like I felt sometimes like I was going to get start throwing up. get so hot, but it's just like, you know, you adapt to it. And then I forgot about it as a kid, adapting to the heat like that, but I do remember how you would adapt to the cold, of how when I first would run in the cold, how it just felt like it'd make my throat so raw feeling, just like it was, you know, daggers in your throat, just breathing so deep that cold air in. But after, I don't know how long it took me, but it wasn't very long, could run in that cold and it just didn't, you know, bother me. It's just your body will adapt. And I forgot of also of how much running trains your mind. It's so, I think weightlifting, you know, it trains your mind in one way, as far as it's just a different way. It's in a good way too, but running, the far as the amount of mental, I guess you say, I hate to say demons, it's not really that dramatic, but the amount of negative talk you will have in your head, that when you, especially starting out, you're saying I'm not going to be able to do this, I can't do this, this is killing me, this sucks, I want to stop, why am I doing this, I'm never going to be able to run this constant, that you have to just consistently fight that back. I think that is a very valuable training to your brain, that you have to fight back so much negative self-talk, and just keep going. That is good training to, you know, some people say I can't, you know, it seems like they can't conquer that negative self-talk, and I believe running is a way to do that, because you will eventually get to the point of just, you will tell that to shut up so much that it seems like it just gives up, and you'll be running almost in a meditative state of really just like no thought. And so far that's some of the benefits I've seen from it, and really forgot how much I enjoy it, you know, because I got away from running then because I was convinced, when I got into weightlifting, I was convinced that was the reason I couldn't gain muscle, when so far I've not seen that. I like immediately lost 5 pounds, and which was probably just more water weight, you know, and extra glycogen stores that type of cardio gets rid of. But shoot, my leg days, getting, you know, stronger in the legs, not weaker. I thought leg day would be awful after a few days of this running. So right now it's actually increased strength in my legs. So that's it. And if I'll say this, the last thing, if you're scratching your head of how to, what to do what's the first step in getting, losing weight, or getting in shape. And you see all these thousands of gurus and exercise programs, and it's like Tony Robbins said this in some speech I heard him talking, and he was like, really all we need to start that, to get in shape, lose weight, we just really need somebody behind us that scream and run. If you do that, that's like the most basic thing, first step you can do. Just, if you can't run, then walk till you can jog, till you can run, And that's all it takes. I mean, it's really, that is as simple as it is. That is all it takes, and then go from there. Thank you.